As we gather for this session, I acknowledge the custodianship of the lands and waters on which we meet today. I'm meeting on the Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung people of the Kulin Nation and the many lands and waters across Australia on which our fellows work, live and apply science, technology and engineering. I acknowledge the traditional owners and pay respects to their elders. I also acknowledge any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who join us today. The next slide, please. This session will be recorded for those that cannot attend and will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. There will be an opportunity at the end to ask questions. However, you can put your questions in the chat throughout the presentation and we will address them at the end. The next slide, please. Who we are. The Australian Academy of Technological Sciences and Engineering was founded in 1975 as one of Australia's 4 learned academies at the time. ATSE is an independent non-government organisation and charity led by a diverse fellowship of over 900 of Australia's leading applied scientists, technologists and engineers. We celebrate excellence in science, technology, engineering and mathematics by appointing prestigious fellows, awarding upcoming innovators and equipping the next generation with skills to build a better Australia and world. We are an evidence-driven voice to decision makers and our world-class STEM career programs are shaping the knowledge makers and innovators we need to tackle our most urgent challenges now and in the future. The next slide, please. The Australian Academy of Technological Sciences and Engineering Awards celebrate excellence and innovation in STEM across various disciplines and career stages. These awards recognise outstanding senior and emerging innovators who have made significant contributions to applied scientists, technologists, engineers and entrepreneurs. The awards span multiple categories, allowing for recognition of achievements from early career professionals to senior leaders. The awards nominations and judging processes are a very detailed and robust process to elect new awardees each year. The next slide, please. The ATSE Awards categories include our early and mid-career awards, the David and Valerie Solomon Award, the Ezio Rosado Polymer Scholarship, the Badaham Medal for Engineering Excellence, and the Clooney's Ross Technology Innovation Awards. I would like to now introduce Professor Jason Sharples as the Chair of the Traditional Knowledge Innovation Award Committee.
Yeah, thanks, Elvira. Very disconcerting, that shocking photo of me up there. But anyway, yeah, so my name's Jason Sharples. I'm a professor of bushfire dynamics at the University of New South Wales, also a Bundjalung man, Wallable Bundjalung, which is the Western Bundjalung people there. So I've been the chair for it's my second year. I don't think I wasn't chair the first time. So my second year I've been chair, but yeah, so I guess just a little bit about the award. It's really, I guess, in its essence about honouring traditional knowledge, and it can do that in a number of ways. So we're looking sort of for you know, submissions which are based on, significantly incorporate or builds upon the traditional knowledge of the First Nations of Australia. The award acknowledges and recognises an individual, a team or a community or an organisation which does this. And you know, the criteria are really looking for the quality of the submission, highlighting the use of traditional knowledge, and you know, it's essential that it does so in a respectful way that sort of shows, I guess, a connection to culture. So yeah, I think it's a really good thing for ATSE to be doing. We're sort of one of the first. Not sure if the Academy of Science beat us to the Indigenous Science Prize, but it was certainly one of the first to sort of really forge ahead to have this category of prize and really, put the recognition of Indigenous knowledge right up there with Western science. The winners get a cash prize and a medal. The cash prize has varied in the past, but it's substantial, and I think it's really there to acknowledge that traditional knowledge is really seen as on an equal footing with the Western scientific knowledge. So yeah, I think that's all I probably need to say about it, unless there's any questions, or we can just forge ahead. Lyra.
Thank you, Jason. The next slide, please. I'll briefly talk about the nomination process now. The nominees for the ATSE Traditional Knowledge Innovation Award may self-nominate or be nominated by an individual proposer. The nomination will need a seconder who is not a part of the nominee's organisation and is not the nominee's collaborator, direct supervisor or manager. They will need to provide a statement, letter, written, audio or video explaining their detailed knowledge of the work for which the nomination has been made. The seconder should be an industry or technical expert in the nominee's field. The nomination will also need 2 referees, and at least one of whom is Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander and who can attest to the community benefit traditional knowledge rights. The proposer, seconder or referees do not need to be fellows of the Australian Academy of Technological Sciences and Engineering. The nomination will need to include the nominee, proposer, seconder and referee's contact details, the nominee's current main employment role, and an executive overview with a maximum of 100 words, which provides a brief summary of the traditional knowledge innovation and how its application has or will improve understanding and awareness of traditional knowledge and its modern value. The award selection criteria can be written answers or audio or video with a maximum of 3 to 5 minutes. For audio and video answers, you will need to provide a web-based link to the relevant files. The proposer statement, or if self-nominating nominee statement, is a maximum of 200 words or 2 minutes for audio or video. Support of the nomination and provide any additional background regarding why they have put forward the nominee. The statement from the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander individual community organisation who is nominated attesting to the authenticity of the traditional knowledge, including identifying the peoples who are traditional custodians. You may include up to 2 additional links or documents to support the overall nomination. The next slide, please. The selection process. All the award committee members will individually examine, score and comment on all the nominations received. The awards committee will meet via Zoom to discuss the nominees and decide on a shortlist for due diligence checks. All of the award committee members will individually examine, score and comment on the due diligence comments. The awards committee will then meet once more via Zoom to discuss the final nominees and decide on the winner. The names and citation of the awardee is provided to the board for approval. We will then contact the awardee and prepare for the ATSE Awards Gala Dinner to be held this year in Adelaide on the 30th of October. The next slide, please. On the screen, you will see the key dates for the awards. The nominations will close COB on the 13th of May. Thank you all for your attention. We will now open up for any questions.
Hi everyone, sorry I'm late. Will this video be made available? Are we able to so that we can go back and
Yes.
Great.
Yes, this will be on our ATSE YouTube channel.
And my other question is, what if you are working with multiple Indigenous communities on a project? Is it just one that you have to list? Because that'll cause problems with the other communities.
I'll hand over to Jason for this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something we've ever encountered before. I don't believe there's anything in the rules which says that so I mean, you're asking whether you can sort of put in two different applications
No, I'm
with
asking
different,
that the project that we have that we were thinking of nominating,
yeah,
with 4 different Aboriginal community groups in partnership together
yeah.
on this one project. So are we able to list all 4 community groups, or are you
Oh, yeah. I think you'd have to, yeah. I mean, well,
Yes.
yeah. So, I mean, I think that would come under sort of communities, somewhere between communities and organisations.
okay?
But yeah, I think that's you can easily justify that.
Okay.
Yes. There doesn't seem to be any other questions. So thank you all again for joining us today. If you have any further questions during the nomination process, please send us an email at membership@atse.org.au. Also, as a reminder, the guidelines are on our website and also in the nominations portal. Thank you all and enjoy the rest of your day.